I was 29. I was living at my parents' place. At the beginning of the year, honestly, like I hadn't slept with any girls or gone on any dates or anything like that. And
Ever? Is that ever?
no, I did go, yeah, like didn't sleep with any other girls ever. I've gone on dates before, but never slept with any girls before. And basically what happened was, like, last year I got really frustrated around dating and such.
Yeah, man.
And I decided to and I decided to finally go and find some help. So was living at my parents' place. Didn't really work out anymore, especially once the coronavirus hit. I just basically became a hermit and just played video games, just stayed in my parents' place, just worked from home. And I always had, it felt like this weight that was on my shoulders. And also, whenever I would decide to go and speak with the girls that I was interested in, I had this uncontrollable anxiety that I just didn't know where it came from.
Yeah.
And it just, I think we.
How many of you guys have high anxiety talking to attractive women? If you do, listen up. Here's the solution right here.
Yeah. And what kind of weight was that? You said there's a weight on you. What was that about?
That was about, like, I just didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I was worthy of attention, of actually, being with these women, with being with men that were a lot more successful than me. I just had really low self-esteem, is what that weight was. Right after our session, our one and only session.
Yeah.
That was when I felt, how do I say it? How to describe it? It was like there was this heavy feeling inside of my chest and gut that had been there for as long as I could remember.
Yeah.
And when that was lifted, I suddenly just felt this feeling of, I just felt a lot more free. I started going towards things that I knew I had an interest in, things that I wanted to go and do, but I was always held back by that heavy feeling or that anxiety.
The chains are off, baby.
Yeah, the chains are off, man. The chains were off, because once I started doing those things, and I was like, oh, I don't feel as bad as I used to. I actually enjoy this now. I don't feel the anxiety. I don't feel the that weight anymore. So I was like, let's just keep going. And then as I just kept pushing forward there, and I didn't feel any walls, any obstacles pushing me back, that's, I would say, what allowed me to really make a lot of the huge changes in my life. It was just after that first session, when those chains were off, that's when I was able to really start to, I'd say, expand my world and really just go out there and take hold of the day.
Yeah. So how are things different now? What are the change? This our session was it about 3 months ago?
It was back in, I think, the end of May was when we had our session.
So maybe 4.
Yeah, 4 months there.
And so how are things different now?
So things are different now is, originally, remember when I said that I wanted to maybe move out at the end of the year or next year or something like that. Basically,
like,
after that,
I'm going now, baby.
No, that's exactly it. Because after our session happened, I was like, God damn it, I want to move out as soon as I can. I want to get out like next week or something. So I had some criterias for the place I was looking for. I didn't move out like the next week, but I did move out about a month after our session. I moved out, found a place, and at first I had all these, I'd say, concerns, because I was like, okay, how I'm gonna take it. Oh yeah, like it's completely new.
Yeah,
and
big change.
The great thing about it was after it was a big change, yeah, but it was definitely a very exciting one, because when I finally got my own place, now that I was cooking my own food, now that I had, I'd say, more control over my time, because I didn't realize that just spending time with my parents and doing a bunch of stuff that they wanted to go and do took up so much of my own time that I couldn't really focus on other projects or like getting better at improving my skills. So I would say now I was able to get my own place, was able to pay attention to my weight, working out, actually cook the things that I want to go and cook, and keep track of the calories and such. Just become really, I'd say, very very specific in everything that I was doing.
Yeah.
And then also on the dating front, went on a couple dates within less than 2 months, man. Like after
What
our
happened to
session,
your approach anxiety? Because that was pretty high before, right? Scale of 1 to 10, how bad was your approach anxiety?
it was at least a
What's
10.
it at now?
10 out of 10
Now?
approach anxiety.
Now it's at like, say a 2.
Wow.
I mean, because
Above average, but not uncommon, these results.
little like hindbrain.
always going to
part,
be
right?
some. Yeah. The ancestors who survived from caveman times were the cautious ones. We're always going to have a little. But
Yeah.
what made the difference then?
I'd say the difference was that uncontrollable anxiety that I was feeling, that we found out was from some trauma that I had in the past with I'd say my early experiences with women that I was interested in. Once we were able to clear that, basically at that point, it was just I was just home free. So,
Dude, yeah, and you like your tone of voice and just your mannerisms now are markedly more confident than when we first met, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. I mean, I'm really, really happy that you're doing the work that you are, just because I went through a bunch of different other like personal development modalities. I went and saw a psychologist and everything before meeting you. But
how many sessions?
I'd say a lot, man. I went over, I think, like 1 to 2 years, basically 1 to 2 years, at least 1 to 2 times a month. So maybe like anywhere from 24 to 48 sessions.
And did that help at all, or how was that?
It helped, just like it helped, but it wasn't as big of a change as doing hypnotherapy. Like there was little incremental changes, nothing as I'd say as impactful as what we did.
In that one session, how did that one session compare effectiveness compared to the 2 to 4 dozen traditional psychotherapy sessions you did before?
Oh, it's like night and day. Like after our like seriously, night and day. There's no other way to describe it. It was just I noticed right away after our session just a complete change inside of my body, my demeanor, and everything. And I was like, wow, like psychotherapy never had anything like this. So.
I'm still shocked. I'm still constant. When I do sessions, I still get shocked at how well it works. And I've been doing it for myself for like 8 years, and for others like 2 or 3 at this point. But yeah, keep going.
No, I was just gonna say, man, like it's like magic, basically. It's like you're just flipping a switch, and then you just cleared out decades of whatever trauma I was dealing with there.
That's so cool. Yeah. Such an honor and pleasure to help you guys. And honestly, guys need to know about this. They need to hear about experiences from dudes like you, because there's so many different methodologies out there. They need to know what stuff really works, because otherwise they're just going to be suffering for another 5-10 years. And how many of them might give up hope? And maybe, so I appreciate you sharing your story. What other kind of positive benefits have you noticed after your session, and anything else, not just the session, but anything else you've been doing to help other guys, who are struggling? What else has helped you, and what other benefits have you noticed?
I'm just still surprised at how much has changed, because I look back at how I was when I first found you, and then found John and all that information, and then looking at it now, I would say I was able to integrate more of it into my life, so that it became second nature, to the point where now that there are these younger guys that they just reach out to me, and then they had, I guess I would say I'm able to go and help them. For me, being at the bottom of the basically bottom of the team, bottom of the barrel of that whole department there.
Do you know you were near the bottom?
I did, because we get bi-weekly updates of where we stand.
Okay.
And I was at the bottom, right? But I wasn't at the very bottom. I was second from the bottom. But the thing is that the person that was at the very bottom they already left the company. So I was basically at the
Oh man.
Second from the bottom or the bottom, depending on how you look at it. Now listen to what happens next. This is amazing.
yeah. I was
Wow.
very low. My position was very I was walking on some very thin ice. Is how
Okay.
I should say.
Yeah.
But I was able to go in and improve that right away. Where in August I jumped from not even being in the top 30 to number 20 in the entire city.
Top 10%.
Yeah, but then it gets even better, because I think it was like a week or two after that, where it was close to the end of August, I went from number 20 up to number 7.
Yeah, I know, man. I saw
Yeah.
that number 7. I'm like, that's number 7. How out of how many? 10? You're like, no, 200. I'm like, yeah, 3.5% if it's out of 200.
Yeah, totally, man.
On
And I
the
was like,
bottom, how's that feel, man?
oh, dude, it feels fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah,
it feels fucking
Yeah.
amazing is all I could say.
you go. Yeah, dude, that's so awesome, dude. Totally proud of you, man. Totally proud of you. But
Thank you, man.
from second to last, or became last, to number 7 out of 200. Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more confident is the other thing too.